To be able to have one place where people can go to find out what's going on and to participate in that is just phenomenal. It's really, really exciting.
I think it's fabulous. I mean, we do so much on the waterfront, and the fact that you're going to be bringing people to the waterfront, to the Institute of Contemporary Art, to the Boston Children's Museum, to the New England Aquarium, I think it's extraordinary. I think one of the things that cultural institutions are trying to do is to reach out to new audiences, both younger people and also people moving back into our city. And your website does an extraordinary job of highlighting what our city has to offer.
The best part of the website for me is how user-friendly it is. It's going to be really easy for people from different generations and levels of computer savviness to navigate the site, and I think that is really going to help out the different arts organizations that Arts Boston helps support. So we're really excited about it.
I think it's going to open up performances and events to people that would otherwise not find them, and I think that's a wonderful thing for the city and for people at large, and to discover whether it's someone who would maybe see musicals might see opera, someone who might go see a straight play might go see a musical. It's gonna open that up for somebody.
I love the sorting feature where you can actually go up and say, okay, I want family theater, and we're going to show you everything that's family theater, because when I bring my kids in, I want to know what the show is about. I want to be able to know. I went on the site today actually, and I pumped in different keywords like, does it do gay theater? Yes, everything that was about gay theater came up. Does it do live performances? Everything about live performances came up. Those are the kinds of things that I think are really, it helps you sort out everything you want to do. What do you enjoy? What don't you enjoy? What would it do? Like classical music? Do you like rock and roll? Do you like, musicals? Do you not? It does all the sorting for you. So it really makes ease of choice, which I think is really about how people buy tickets and, how they are kind of incented to go to the theater.
The first thing that got me about the site was the Google map, because Boston, especially for people coming from out of town, tourists or visitors coming to Boston, Boston's a little hard to get around. So having the Google map that they can zoom in, see exactly where the venue is and how to get there, where to park, that's huge. The video capability is big. Not everybody has it, but hopefully more and more organizations will be doing it. But the fact that we can go on there and see, okay, what is this performance going to be like? What sort of experience am I going to have? Is it a comedy? Is it a musical? Is it high energy? Is it a drama? How are the seats? What's the theater like? Is it big? Is it small? These are all the things that people don't know if they haven't been to the venue before. And then the third thing is citizen reviews. It's just huge. I mean, anytime you buy something nowadays, whether it be Amazon or rent a movie from Netflix or anything online, I'm reading 20 or 30 reviews from other consumers first, and you come to expect it. So we're doing that now for arts experiences.
I think given the nature of the web and how things have changed for old media and new media, the idea that citizens can now see a production or go to an art exhibit or attend a lecture or a free event and be able to come to a site and actually share their opinion about it is, it's oversaid, but it's a game changer, because what Amazon is and Netflix and TripAdvisor and Yelp, it really puts the consumer in a much more powerful position than they've ever been. So as arts coverage has declined, what we have is people trying to find information, but there's not information to be found. So the idea that citizens can go see a show or an exhibit and then write a review, share it with their friends, it's the same idea as what word-of-mouth marketing is, except now you're doing it with strangers, helping them make better informed decisions. It's pretty new to Boston, the idea that a site could be an all-encompassing, one-stop shop for information doesn't really exist. There's a lot of online calendars that have features where consumers can comment on other people's work, but we want to put more of the control into the consumer's hands, make them feel that their opinions are just as valid as a critic or a writer or a blogger or anybody else. We also really want to give more emphasis to bloggers, the idea that people are out there and they're writing about things and they're they're producing work that's they're passionate about, but they're not necessarily making a living doing it, but it's something that's really important to the overall scene. We want to direct people to those bloggers. I keep finding that there's a lot of bloggers out there, but people don't necessarily know where to find them. So we want to make it easy to find them. We want to, foster and really make that community beneficial to everybody. And as sadly, as the amount of editorial coverage has declined, this is a great way to do it. Use citizens, use bloggers, make people feel smarter about their decision.
The exciting thing about this is the level of multimedia that's involved. It's really eye-catching when you go to the website. And again, I think that'll just hopefully drive more audience members to these arts organizations that are just so important to our city.
I think the site is fantastic. First of all, I think there's nothing like in Boston. The resource that people have now to go to one place to look at to explore every avenue of the arts is absolutely fantastic. I mean, there's nowhere else in Boston like it, and the arts community needs this resource, and I so appreciate that Arts Boston is giving them that resource.
What I like about it is how clean it is and how easy it is to find what you're looking to do and how there's nothing like it in Boston.
There has never been any site like this before in Boston, and it's so needed. It's so complicated to find this information elsewhere and to search for it in print in 15 different websites. The fact that Arts Boston created this one website and brings it all together just changes everything for entertainment in the city.
To be honest with you, Arts Boston is the leader on it. It's their website, but I think this is a nice collaboration between the different arts groups, the different theater companies and dance companies, and everyone's come together. And certainly on our side, the city of Boston, we're supporting it. We're making sure that we share information with them as much as possible. The goal is to get a really comprehensive listing, so hopefully that's what will happen.
I'm absolutely thrilled that the city of Boston finally has a digital destination that encompasses everything the city has to offer in regard to the arts. I've lived in Boston for nearly 20 years, and as an arts lover, I've scoured magazines and newspapers and all other types of media, and artsboston.org for me represents the culmination of everything that's great about the city in terms of the arts community and making that accessible to more people than ever before.
The number of the board people have come directly from the Phoenix, have come from the Phoenix, and still remain even though they're no longer with the Phoenix. We have held events for them to raise money. We have given them support. We have given them media outlets attention. We've sponsored things with them. So yeah, it's because we started. Arts is the to use the word again, the soul of the Phoenix. I mean, that's where we started. We started as a 4-page arts and entertainment guide called Boston After Dark. I came to this city as a freshman at Boston University's theater school. I was an actor. I was a director. I was a theater producer. So the arts really is at my passion.
If we can get audiences busy, interested, and invigorated about coming out and checking out what's going on, particularly in the city, I think it's great for Boston.
There is so much going on in Boston. You can spend 7 days a week and you won't see everything. But you don't need to see everything. You need to see the things that are going to be fun for you. And the great thing is that you can have a combination of old favorites, the Boston Pops or the Nutcracker at the Boston Ballet. But there's so many new vital arts groups that you might not have heard about. And this is a great way to find out about them, find how to get there, where to eat, where to park, how to take public transportation, and to find out what other people think about them and to see if you think it might match what your own interests are. Artsboston.org is really a collaboration between the entire arts community, between the tourism sector, the city of Boston. All the folks who realize that arts and culture is part of the fabric of a healthy community. And all of these organizations came together and realized that on our own we couldn't do the kind of comprehensive information site that artsboston.org is, but that together we could make sure that it met everybody's needs, that we had the resources to get it up and running, and that we can maintain it and promote it so that it's a really vital resource for everybody in Boston and for visitors to Boston.